Maya was born into a world of complete darkness. She had never seen the sunlight, the colors of flowers, or the faces of the people around her. But even without sight, she could hear, touch, smell, and feel the world in a unique way. From a very young age, she understood that her life would be different from others. Simple things, like walking alone in the house or playing outside, were always full of challenges. Her mother tried her best to guide her, holding her hand and describing everything she could not see, but there were moments when even the gentlest words could not erase Maya's feeling of being different. School was the hardest place for Maya. Her classmates often laughed at her, not meaning to be cruel, but because they could not understand her world. During lessons, she struggled to keep up, relying on braille books and the teacher's descriptions. Sometimes she would feel invisible, as if her thoughts and talents did not matter at all. Sitting in the classroom, listening to others talk about the things they could see, she often felt a deep sadness. She longed to be like them, to understand the world as they did, but the darkness always reminded her of her limits. Her father was practical and wanted her to be independent. He encouraged her to try things on her own, like navigating the streets or preparing her school bag. But sometimes, his words felt distant to Maya. She wished he would hold her hand, or simply tell her it was okay to feel scared. Her mother, on the other hand, worried too much. She often said, "Be careful, Maya. You must be careful." These constant warnings, though full of love, made Maya feel even more fragile. She wanted freedom, adventure, and happiness, but she was trapped between her parents' care and her own fears. Even at home, loneliness could weigh heavily on her heart. She could hear her younger brother running and laughing with his friends, playing games she could never see. She tried to join, but the world of sight was foreign to her, and sometimes she felt left out. Nights were the hardest. When everyone was asleep, the silence made her feel small, as if the darkness around her was also inside her. She often wondered if she would ever feel real happiness. Could someone who could never see also experience joy in the same way others did? But Maya also had a small spark inside her. She loved listening to the birds in the morning, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face, and touching the soft petals of flowers. She noticed things that others overlooked. She could sense emotions in the voices of people around her and often understood feelings better than those with sight. Yet, she still felt incomplete. The conflict in her heart was clear. She had the potential for joy, but the world's misunderstandings, loneliness, and her own doubts kept her from finding it. This section of her story is full of emotions. The audience feels empathy for her struggles, sadness at the exclusion she faces, and curiosity about how she might overcome these challenges. It sets the stage for the transformation to come, creating tension and anticipation. We see Maya at the edge of despair, but the audience senses that her story is far from over. Her internal struggle, the conflict with society, and her longing for happiness form the emotional core of the story. By the end of this section, viewers are fully invested in Maya's journey and want to see how she will find light in her darkness. Maya's life began to change the day she met a new friend at school, someone who saw her not as a girl who could not see, but as a person full of potential. This friend encouraged her to try new things, to speak up in class, and to explore her own talents. At first, Maya was hesitant. Years of doubt and fear made her unsure if she could ever succeed. But slowly, with gentle guidance and encouragement, she began to trust herself. She started noticing the beauty in her other senses, the way music could create colors in her mind, the textures of nature, and the emotions in people's voices. Music became her refuge. Maya spent hours learning to play the piano by touch and sound. Each note she played felt like a step out of the darkness. When she made mistakes, She did not feel shame as before, instead, she saw every mistake as a chance to improve. Her parents watched in awe as Maya's confidence grew. Her mother's worries softened into pride, and her father began to offer support in new ways, listening carefully and celebrating her small victories. The real test came when Maya was invited to perform at a school event. Standing on the stage, she felt fear, but she also felt the strength she had built over months of practice. She closed her eyes, let the music guide her, and played with all her heart. The audience was captivated. They clapped, cheered, and some even wiped away tears. For the first time, Maya felt seen, not for her blindness, but for her courage, talent, and spirit. A warmth spread through her that she had never known, a happiness born from within, not from the outside world. Through this experience, Maya realized a profound truth: happiness does not come from what you can see, but from what you feel, create, and share. She had learned to embrace her life fully, to find joy in small moments, and to trust that she could overcome any challenge. Her story became an inspiration for others who felt limited by their circumstances. People saw that even in total darkness, light could exist, and happiness could be found. The emotional impact in this section is strong. Viewers feel hope as Maya gains confidence, excitement during her performance, and pride as she discovers her inner strength. The story motivates audiences to embrace their own challenges, reminding them that limitations do not define a person. By the end, Maya's journey from loneliness to self-acceptance leaves a lasting lesson: true happiness is a choice, born from courage, resilience, and believing in oneself.